And tonight I bring you the maraca. Shake, shake, Maraca! Hi everybody. Tonight we're going to be transforming formulas. We're going to solve a formula for a given variable, and we're going to use formulas to solve problems. The Indiana Academic Standard is 7.3.5. Let's take a look at example number 1, transforming in one step. We're going to solve the circumference formula c equals 2 pi r for r. In other words, we want to get the r all by itself. So we start with the equation c equals 2 pi r. We're going to divide both sides by 2 pi, which will leave just r on the right, and on the left we have c over 2 pi. So r equals c over 2 pi. For number 2, we're going to have to use more than one step to solve the perimeter formula. We're going to solve p equals 2l plus 2w for w. We're trying to get w all by itself on one side of the equation. So we start off by subtracting 2l from both sides of the equation. So on the left-hand side, we have p minus 2l, and on the right-hand side, the 2l's cancel each other out, so you're left with 2w. Now we're ready to divide both sides by 2. So on the left-hand side, we end up with p minus 2l over 2 equals w. Pause the video if you need more time to copy down this example. Try solving these quick check problems on your own. Pause the video, work them out. When you're done, start the video again and see how well you did. For quick check number 1, A, solve p equals s minus c for s. We're trying to get s by itself, so we're going to add c to both sides of this equation. So on the left-hand side, you have p plus c. On the right-hand side, the c's cancel each other out and you're left with s. So s equals p plus c. For b, solve h equals k over j for k. Well, to get k by itself, we're going to have to multiply both sides by j. So on the left, we have hj, and on the right, the j's cancel each other out, and you're just left with k. So k equals hj. For c, solve I equals prt for p. Well, we're going to have to divide both sides of the equation by rt. So on the left-hand side, you end up with I over rt equals, and on the right-hand side, the rt's cancel each other out, and you're just left with p. So I over rt equals p. Pause the video if you need more time to correct any of these quick check problems. I hope you did well on them. Rate yourself. If you got all of them right, give yourself a big old smiley face. If you kind of struggle with some of them, you can give yourself a star. If you're really not getting it, put a big old question mark by it so that we can talk about this tomorrow in class. Now we're going to take a look at example number 3, using a distance formula. You plan a 600-mile trip to New York City. You estimate your trip will take about 10 hours. To estimate your average speed, solve the distance formula d equals rt for r, then substitute to find the average speed. My philosophy is just substitute in your numbers and solve for what you don't know. So we're going to use the formula d equals rt. We know the distance is 600. We know that the time is 10. So we have 600 equals r times 10. Now divide both sides by 10. So you have 600 divided by 10 equals r10 divided by 10. Those 10s cancel each other out on the right. 600 divided by 10 is 60. So your average speed is going to be 60 miles per hour. Pause the video if you need more time to copy down this example. For example number 4, using a temperature formula. The high temperature one day in San Diego was 32 degrees Celsius. Solve C equals 5/9 times the quantity F minus 32 for F. Then substitute to find the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. So for this problem, we're actually going to solve for Fahrenheit first and then plug our Celsius in. Because the Fahrenheit the f minus 32 is inside parentheses, we're going to deal with the 5/9 first. We're going to multiply both sides of this equation by 9 over 5. So we'll have on the left 9/5 c equals, then on the right, f minus 32. Now we're ready to add 32 to both sides of the equation. So on the left-hand side, we end up with 9/5 c plus 32 equals, and on the right-hand side, we're just left with f. Now we're ready to substitute in the 32 degrees. So we're going to have 9/5 times 32 plus 32 will equal f. 9/5 times 32 plus 32 equals 89 6/10. So the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit is 89.6. Try quick check number 2 on your own. Pause the video, work the problem. When you're ready, start the video again. Start by using the distance formula on number 2. D equals R times T. We know the distance is still 600. The rate this time is 50. What we don't know is the time. So we're going to divide both sides by 50. 600 divided by 50 is 30. So the time that it will take you to drive to New York at 50 miles per hour is 30 hours. Pause the video if you need to make any corrections to this example. Number 3. Solve the batting average formula. A equals H over N for H. Find the number of hits H a batter needs in 40 times at bat to N to have an average of 0.275. Solve this problem on your own. Try to solve it on your own. So pause the video. When you're done, go ahead and start the video again and see how. Start with the formula A equals H over N. Remember, A is the average, H are the number of hits, and N is the number of times at bat. So we have the average is 0.275. That's going to equal the hits over 40. To solve for H, we're going to multiply both sides by 40. 40 times 0.275 is 11. The 40s on the right cancel each other out, and you're left with H. So the batter had 11 hits. Pause the video if you need to make any corrections to this example. Marco!